Good morning and welcome to Tuesday the 8th of March 2022. I am Spirit of Life Alchemy and this is your morning message tarot reading. Okay, so we've got some astrology today. So the moon starts off, this is from the UK, the moon starts off in Taurus and it forms a sextile to Neptune, a square to Mercury and a trine to Pluto, before it moves into Gemini, where it will form a trine with Venus and Mars. So we might start off the day with our heads in the clouds and our feet on the ground and find it difficult to hold on to information that might help us to ground radical change in. But then as the moon passes through the portal into Gemini, we can be inspired from the communication of our loves and desires and yearnings that may be coming up from the trine to Pluto. So again, the moon sort of re-energizing those previous energies. The Pluto, Venus and Mars conjunction from last week, that gradually fades sort of as the planets separate out, then sort of that re-ignition sort of fades as well. But at the moment, you know, these things are still happening on the same day. They're still very close together, only a few degrees apart. And so when the moon goes by forming a transit to them, it reactivates that energy. So let's do some cards and see what the energies hold for today. We've got the Gaia deck this morning. So what do we need to know for today? The 8th of March 2022. Yeah, going straight onto these today. What messages from Spirit, please, for the collective? What do we need to know? How can we navigate today's energies? That's it for today. Okay, let's see. Let's have a little look and see what the cards say. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, okay, we've got lost love, surrender, healing and release. And then we've got Gaia, wisdom, knowledge, spiritual understanding. And then night wind, facing fear, subconscious, release and healing. Okay, so we've got quite healing energies today. It's feeling very Neptunian today, and sort of also sort of the card underneath the lost love was the dream. And they looked quite similar as I was bringing them out. It's like, oh, is that the same card underneath? It's like, no, it's just very similar. Okay, so we've got lost love. So with the water and everything in this card, this is reminding me of the Neptunian energies, sort of, you know, boundaryless and sort of just floating and swimming and surrendering to where we find ourselves. That connected next to Gaia, being very Taurian, very earthy, grounding the energy down. And actually in this card, Gaia is sort of almost a tree with very much in the same sort of stance as the magician in the tarot, with one arm up into the heavens and one down down to the earth. It's bringing down information and knowledge, manifesting down, or even going the other way as we associate Gaia with the earth energies below. But definitely that, when I was saying at the beginning about head in the clouds and feet on the ground, that's very much the feel of that card today, being between worlds. And then facing fears, subconscious release and healing, very much the trine to Pluto. As we're doing, let's use my other hand as well. As we're doing this, it allows subconscious release of old fears and things, old lost loves, old values. What have we been holding on to that, you know, we don't no longer need to hold on to? So yeah, but the surrendering brings release and healing, and the facing the fears brings subconscious release and healing today. And the Gaia card bringing wisdom, knowledge and spiritual understanding, shining the bigger picture onto what we're going through. Let's do some cards for today. We've got the Thoth deck today. Okay, so let's give them a bit of a shuffle. So what do we need to know for today? Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective, for the 8th, sorry, I don't know what day I'm on, the 8th of March 2022. What help, support, guidance, etc. can Spirit give us to navigate through today's energies? Oops, what have we got? We've got 3 jumped out there. What do we need to know for today? Messages from Spirit for the collective, please. What advice, help, support, guidance can you give us to navigate the energies of the 8th of March 2022? I'm going to turn those over afterwards. Let's see where we are first of all. So, beautiful Ace of Cups in the middle of the spread. Can't beat that, can you? Then the 2 of Pentacles is back. 2 of Discs, change. The 5 of Cups, disappointment. The Star. The Prince of Swords or the Knight of Swords, art. The 2 of Cups. We've got the Ace of Cups and the 2 of Cups. And the 9 of Discs. At the bottom, we've got the Knight of Swords or the King of Swords. I'm aware of the Devil there. I'm going to just leave that face up here and see if the Devil needs to come out at all. Okay, and the 3 cards that fell out, we have, okay, the 2 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, and the 2 of Wands, which I'm just going to leave there. Okay, so today we're being given a divine gift of love today. I've said before, every time aces come up, I say about how the aces, the 4 aces, are a divine gift of that element. With the Ace of Cups, it's the divine gift of the water element, of love, of emotions, of, you know, joy and happiness and peace and just being emotionally balanced. Okay, and on the theme of balance, then in the Moon card, which is our unconscious, subconscious mind, our intuition and our emotions, we've got the 2 of Discs, which is Jupiter in Capricorn. Okay, and it's about finding balance. Okay, we've actually got 3 2s. No, we've got all 4 2s. We've got the 2 of Discs, the 2 of Swords, the 2 of Wands, and the 2 of Cups. So yes, we've got all the 2s out. So it was making me think of the Venus-Mars conjunction, the 2s, the 2 opposites together going through the skies at the moment. So yeah, coming up from the subconscious, our intuition is telling us, our emotions, the need to find balance within ourselves. The Mercury card, which is our mind, thinking, intellect, information, communication, self-expression. We've got the Five of Cups, disappointment, Mars in Scorpio. Okay, so this is making me think about the lost love and also the subconscious fear. Okay, do we fear that we're not lovable? Do we fear that sort of we will lose our love, we'll be rejected, we'll be abandoned? Are we disappointed about a love that is no longer there, that has been and gone? Okay, these are sort of the questions. It's when you're looking at your own life, these are the things to look at to see sort of how it fits in your life, or if it's, you know, we can be carrying old emotional wounds from the past, from childhood, from past lives and things. This could be any of those. Okay, but at the same time, the Venus card, which is our values around love, around money, relationships, friendships, harmony, beauty, balance, creativity, fertility, pleasure in our lives. We have the Star offering us hope of a new beginning. Okay, offering us the hope of new love coming into our lives, of discovering love within ourselves, discovering self-love. Okay, then the Sun card, which is our conscious mind, it's our core identity, core vitality, inner strength that we shine out as we go out into the world. We've got the Knight of Swords, or the Prince of Swords here, heir of air. This is about being very quick mentally, very Mercurian, you know, could be even mind racing, coming up with all sorts of scenarios and things. Thoughts rapidly rising, messages coming through really quickly, information being downloaded very quickly. Then that's where our conscious mind is at today, and our subconscious mind is trying to balance it all. Yay! Okay, not just subconscious mind trying to balance it, because when we come to the Mars card, which is how we take action, our ambition, our drive, will, determination, our passion and desire and yearnings and things, we've got arts or temperance. It's about, again, balancing the energies, bringing in the opposing things, balancing the conscious and the subconscious mind together to bring them into balance, to work together in harmony, bringing in the fire and water. Remember yesterday we had the two kings. We're sort of still working with those energies, trying to bring balance between our head in the clouds and our feet on the earth, etc. Okay, then the Jupiter card, which is what's working for us, which is hope, optimism, good fortune, good luck, expansiveness, truth, justice, freedom, etc. We have the Two of Cups. We have the opportunity to bring ourselves into balance today. Okay, the sort of, you know, some days, you know, the energy is about balancing and things like that, and yet the other cards are wildly all over the place. Today we've got lots of sort of harmony and balance coming in, and the Two of Cups, which is Venus in Cancer, just the beauty, and to have the Ace and the Two together is just showing how sort of when we have that gift of love from the universe, when we show self-love and acceptance and empathy towards ourselves, how it can grow. Okay, and then the Saturn card, what's working against us today, the obstacles, limitations, restrictions, responsibilities, commitments. Then we have the Nine of Discs. In this card, in this deck, it is called Gain, and it's Venus in Virgo. Okay, so usually with the Nine of Pentacles or the Nine of Discs cards, I often see it about sort of, you know, independence and self-confidence in yourself, more than actual financial sort of gains. It could really be reading this also as like gaining that self-confidence. If we're doing this and we're bringing ourselves into balance, then, you know, we develop our self-confidence. With this 9 of discs being in the Saturn position, this is what we risk not being able to do. We risk sort of not developing the self-confidence if we can't bring ourselves into balance. The card at the bottom of the deck was the Knight of Swords, which is the King of Swords in other decks, and it's about having sort of a clear clarity and being able to sort of knock away the negative information, negative mental stories coming up, the fears. Okay, it's for facing those subconscious fears and being able to release them and bring about healing. That is what it's all about today. It's almost like sort of healing the heart and healing the mind, so we can bring in that balance. The cards that jumped out, we had the 2 of Swords, called Peace, in this deck, which is the moon in Libra. It's again finding that balance, not being able to see a way forward at the moment. Then it was the 8 of Cups, which is Saturn in Pisces, indolence in this deck. In this deck, I always see this as the dark night of the soul, and just on the horizon there, behind the cups in the middle, dawn is just, you know, coming up over the horizon, just the merest little lightening on the horizon to let us know that, you know, we can get through this dark night of the soul. And like everything else in life, everything ends, so that the new phase can start. What we're being shown is the 2 of Wands, Mars in Aries, Dominion, and again we've got the cross. We've got the 2 Wands crossed here. We have the 2 Swords crossed, and here we've got the 2 Wands crossed. The 2 of Wands, you either see them like that or they're up like that. In cards where they're up like that, I read that as, you know, you can look out at the opportunities and things like that. Nothing's in your way. When they're crossed like this, I tend to read it as, until you do the work, you can't see the way forward. Okay, so it's surrendering for the healing and the release and the facing the subconscious fears. And as we do that and we take in the wisdom and the knowledge and the spiritual understanding, once we have that, then it feels almost like those wands and swords are going to open up. Because we've come into balance and we can manifest love in our life. Okay, so that's today's reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If it resonated for you, then please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Click on the wiggly bell if you'd like notifications of when I release readings. If you'd like a personal reading from me, then please email me at the email address below this video. Have a wonderful day, and until tomorrow, thank you for watching.